Welcome to War Chronicle. Here we take you deep into the untold stories of wars, the timeless sacrifices of heroes, and the strategies that changed the course of history. From ancient battlefields to modern warfare, every story here is a lesson, every moment a tribute. Join us as we uncover the truths that history books often leave behind. They needed a multi-role aircraft that could perform both air superiority and strike missions. The F-16 is designed for air superiority only, which meant that Pakistan would have to buy another type of aircraft to do strike missions. For many years, Pakistan has been trying to lessen their dependence on the U.S. for military supplies. The two countries have a long history of cooperation in the military and economic spheres. In recent years, China has emerged as a major supplier of arms to Pakistan, providing them with advanced weaponry such as the Chengdu J-10 fighter jet and the K-8 Karakoram attack helicopter. One of these steps was the decision to purchase 32 JF-17 fighter jets from China. The JF-17 is a multi-role fighter jet that is designed to perform a variety of combat missions, including air superiority, ground attack, and reconnaissance. The F-16 is a highly capable fighter jet that has been used by the U.S. Air Force and other air forces around the world. However, Pakistan felt that the F-16 was not suitable for its specific needs. Pakistan had also considered buying the Russian-made MiG-35, but ultimately decided against it. Several factors likely influenced Pakistan's decision to choose the JF-17 over the MiG-35. One of the main reasons could be the cost. The two countries have worked together on a number of joint ventures, including the Pakistan Stream Gas Pipeline, the Karakoram Highway, and the Gwadar Port. The F-16 was not meeting their requirements. It was too expensive, and Pakistan wanted to reduce their dependence on the United States. The JF-17 was a more capable and cost-effective option that met all of their requirements. Plus, it's a great fighter jet made even better by its strong partnership with China. India's actions certainly played a role in this decision as well. The JF-17 is just the latest example of this cooperation. When Pakistan chose to develop the JF-17 with China, it was seen as a way to reduce its dependence on the United States for military supplies, and also as a way to get a modern, capable fighter jet at a reasonable price. This partnership has been mutually beneficial for both countries. Pakistan has been able to get a modern fighter jet that meets its requirements, and China has been able to test out new technologies in a real-world environment. The JF-17 is a relatively inexpensive fighter jet compared to the MiG-35, making it a more attractive option for Pakistan, which has a limited defense budget. Additionally, the JF-17 is a modern multi-role fighter jet that can perform a variety of combat missions, whereas the MiG-35 is an older single-role fighter jet that is primarily designed for air superiority missions. This could have been a deciding factor for Pakistan, which was looking for a more versatile and capable fighter jet for its air force. Furthermore, the JF-17 is a joint venture between China and Pakistan, which could have been seen as a way to strengthen ties between the two countries. Buying the MiG-35 from Russia would not have provided the same opportunity to boost bilateral relations. The F-16 is primarily an air superiority fighter, which means that its main role is to gain and maintain air superiority in a conflict. Ultimately, Pakistan felt that the JF-17 was the best option for its air force and defense industry. While it can also be used for ground attack missions, Pakistan felt that its capabilities in these areas were not sufficient. In contrast, the JF-17 is a multi-role fighter jet that can perform both air superiority and ground attack missions. This made it a more attractive option for Pakistan, as it allowed them to have a more versatile and capable fighter jet. At the time, Pakistan felt that the JF-17 would help it to deter any future Indian aggression by providing it with a modern and capable fighter jet that could match the Indian Air Force's capabilities. The Indian Air Force has a large and modern fleet of fighter jets, including the Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, which is considered to be a formidable opponent to the Pakistani Air Force. Pakistan felt that it needed to upgrade its fighter jets in order to deter any potential Indian aggression. The JF-17 was seen as a necessary step to level the playing field and ensure that Pakistan had the capability to defend itself against any potential Indian threat. These purchases have been driven by a number of factors, including the desire to reduce reliance on traditional suppliers like the United States, improve indigenous defense production, and enhance interoperability with friendly militaries. The surgical strikes demonstrated that Pakistan could no longer count on its nuclear weapons program to deter Indian aggression. As a result, Pakistan began taking steps to modernize its conventional forces, including its air force. The purchase of the JF-17s was part of this effort. The fighter jets were seen as a necessary upgrade to Pakistan's existing fleet of aircraft, which consisted of older and less capable models. By acquiring the JF-17s, Pakistan believed that it was improving its air defense capabilities and deterring any future Indian aggression. Additionally, China's growing economic and political clout has made it a more attractive partner for Pakistan, which has faced financial constraints and security challenges in recent years. As a result, the two countries have forged a close defense relationship that has seen a significant increase in military trade and cooperation. This is because they don't want to be seen as a U.S. puppet. It also helps that the JF-17 is a very capable fighter jet. It can perform both air superiority and strike missions, which means that Pakistan doesn't need to buy another type of aircraft to do those missions. It can also carry a variety of air-to-air and air-to-surface missiles, as well as bombs and other munitions. Plus, it's got good maneuverability and a high service ceiling, which makes it ideal for Pakistan's mountainous terrain. That would have been expensive and logistically challenging. Also, the F-16 is a single-engine jet, while the JF-17 is a twin-engine jet. Twin-engine jets are generally more reliable than single-engine jets, because if one engine fails, the pilot can still land the plane safely. India's decision to carry out surgical strikes on Pakistani soil in 2016 was a major factor in this. The strikes were carried out in response to a border dispute in the Kashmir region, which is claimed in full or in part by both India and Pakistan. The surgical strikes were widely seen as a message to Pakistan that India was willing to take action against its military and militant targets. This was significant because it demonstrated India's growing confidence in its ability to project power beyond its borders. It also sent a message to Pakistan that it could no longer rely on the security provided by its nuclear arsenal. In addition, twin-engine jets tend to be faster and have a longer range than single-engine jets. This is important for Pakistan because they need an aircraft that can reach their border areas quickly in order to deter Indian aggression. This is War Chronicle, where every battle has a voice. In 2016, Pakistan was looking to buy new fighter jets from the United States. They wanted the latest and greatest, the F-16 Block 70. But something funny happened. The U.S. government said no. Now this isn't anything new. The U.S. government has been selling weapons to Pakistan since 1954, and there have been times in the past when the U.S. has refused to sell certain weapons to Pakistan. For example, in the early 1990s, the U.S. refused to sell F-16s to Pakistan because they were worried that Pakistan might use them against India. But that didn't stop them from trying. It's time Pakistan went to China and bought the JF-17 instead. So why did they choose the JF-17 over the F-16 Block 70? Pakistan's main concern with the F-16 is that it didn't meet their requirements. The F-16 Block 70 was much more expensive than the JF-17. In fact, it was so expensive that Pakistan couldn't afford it even if they wanted to. The Block 70 version of the F-16 cost around $83 million each. This is more than double the price of the JF-17, which cost around $36 million each. Of course, this doesn't take into account the cost of maintenance, training, and other associated costs. But it's still a huge difference. There is no way that Pakistan could have afforded to buy enough F-16s to replace their aging fleet of F-16s and Mirages. But with the JF-17, they were able to get a modern multi-role fighter jet that met all of their requirements without breaking the bank. Another reason why Pakistan chose the JF-17 is because they wanted to reduce their dependence on the United States. We cannot ignore the strong partnership between China and Pakistan. But let's not forget about India. Their actions certainly played a role in Pakistan choosing the JF-17 over the F-16 Block 70 in response to the strikes. Pakistan began taking steps to modernize its military capabilities. India's actions in 2016 also had a broader impact on Pakistan's defense policy. Another reason why Pakistan purchased the JF-17s was due to the perceived limitations of the F-16. Pakistan has long been concerned about the threat posed by India's growing military capabilities. It should be noted that the JF-17 was not the only fighter jet that Pakistan considered purchasing. In conclusion, Pakistan's decision to choose the JF-17 over the MiG-35 can be attributed to a number of factors, including cost, capabilities, and strategic considerations. And finally, let's not forget about the fact that Pakistan and China have a close relationship. In conclusion, Pakistan chose the JF-17 over the F-16 Block 70 for a variety of reasons.